Somebody asked Jonathan Majors if he was going to be making a big return to Marvel, and he gave a very interesting answer. Also, we have some news about Doctor Doom, specifically some of his powers for Avengers Doomsday, and we have our first look at John Lithgow as Dumbledore. And I think he looks pretty dang good, but you'll have to let me know what you think. Now, going in first to the Jonathan Majors news, this is coming from The Sun, and on a red carpet, they managed to grab him and talk to him a little bit, and they asked him some questions. In their report about it on their website, they state, in the year since his December 2023 firing, Jonathan, 36 years old, has not been a part of any major projects in film or television. He has been a part of one movie. He did a little comeback. It wasn't a major one, so they're doing a little wordplay here. However, a rumor circulated this month that Jonathan would reprise his role as Kang the Conqueror in an upcoming movie. That upcoming movie obviously being Avengers Doomsday. When asked about reports that he is making a big return to Marvel, Jonathan and wife, Megan Good, who was happily by his side, noticeably grinned ear to ear. So big smiles on their faces. I cannot say anything about that, he told the U.S. Sun at the Daytime Beauty Awards, trying to play coy but unable to hide his smile. When asked if there is a future Kang project specifically for him in the works, he again tried to play coy, but teased it by saying, well, it's multiverse, so there's always that. Always a lot of opportunity for that, he spilled, before adding that he was very glad to hear that some fans want him back. The U.S. Sun has reached out to Disney for comment. Yeah, they're not gonna say anything. But that is quite interesting. An interesting response. Either he's trying to get a response from the audience, so Disney might hear it and might consider taking him back, or it means nothing, or perhaps something is already in the works. I personally would love for Jonathan Majors to return and play Kang once again. I thought he was awesome. I really did. I think he did a stellar job. He Who Remains in Loki was like, that whole story was amazing. And he did a great job in Quantumania. The story wasn't very well written and he lost to ants, but again, that's not his fault. His acting was really great. And, you know, James Gunn was fired for some stuff. They rehired him. With the trial for Jonathan Majors, with all the evidence and everything that we saw, everyone thought he was going to be innocent. So I could have went either way. He's done some community service for it. He's apologized, for the whole situation, said he wish it would have went differently, obviously. But it was like a lover's quarrel. It probably should have been kept private. I mean, we don't really know, and I really hope he didn't beat her, his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. I obviously don't condone that. But Disney perhaps would take him back, and we do need the Kang story wrapped up, so we'll see. Would you like to see him return? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, like I mentioned, we have some new information, and this is coming from a news scooper on the scene, James Mack. A few months ago, he talked about how characters were going to look in Doomsday. He described some costumes, and then we had that bag come out for the makeup team that had a picture of like everybody in costumes, and that proved basically everything that he said true. So he's been confirmed right on some things. So he says Doom will have the ability to control machines/robots through runes, taking command of the X-Universe Sentinels. In several concept sketches, the Sentinels are shown with green runes across their bodies. So that one of the biggest things that this guy, James Mack, came out and said was that he did have access in some way, shape, or form to like the concept art that they were using for Doomsday and Secret Wars. So not the ones that was leaked that we've all seen for Secret Wars, but some new ones. So that was kind of like one of his big things that he said in the beginning, that he saw that. So it looks like he's seen some more, and they have runes on their bodies, which is great because we've seen the leaked set photos from Avengers Doomsday of the Sentinels destroyed. Based on all the leakers that have been taking photos and everything, it's in front of the X Mansion. So we know Doom attacks the X Mansion with Sentinels. Now we know how. He actually controls them using runes, using magic, which is a great detail to know, because I was really worried that they weren't going to truly give him just like a full, like make him fully Doom. And the sorcery is a big part of that. I was really worried about that. We obviously know the tech side's going to come into play with it because we do believe Doom is going to just like straight up replace Kang, take his tech, do all that stuff, the multiverse travel, all of that, basically taking the place of Kang. And I think he's going to take his tech as well. And they're going to loop in like the 10 rings and Kamal Khan's bangles and all that into being a part of Doom's story instead of Kang's story. So it's good to know it's not just tech, but he's got some sorcery in there as well. And lo and behold, our first look at John Lithgow as Albus Dumbledore. The beard is killer, gotta say. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I think he looks awesome. You know who he actually reminds me more. If you didn't know, there are actually 2 Dumbledores in the Harry Potter movies. The first original actor who played Dumbledore sadly died. And I can't remember what, like, I think it's like he did 3 movies and then they changed, or 2 movies and then they changed Dumbledore's. He looks kind of like the first one, but I like how this looks a lot. And I actually really like John Lithgow. I think he's a phenomenal actor. Let's see what the comments say. He excels in every role every single time. Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor. And Snape should, in that case, be played by Michael C. Hall. Hello, Dexter Morgan. Dumbledore. Am I missing something? I'm not gonna. Actually, looks legit. Okay, one thing I can agree with now. Wow, love that look. Did prefer Harris's look to Gambon's, and this feels right. Fire. Got to give credit where credit is due. That's a dang good looking Dumbledore. Damn, that's superb. Looks pretty on point. Oh, we got a mid. Looks great. Just hope you don't die, especially like right before the last few seasons. Then it's just jarring. Right. So that's referring to what I said before about the original actor dying. And I apologize. I don't know his name. I don't even know the actor who played the last Dumbledore's name. Off the top of my head, I can't remember it. But it looks like most people really, really like this. I really like this. And I am actually looking forward to the series. Now, there's a lot of controversy surrounding it right now. There's some rumblings, there's a little rumor that HBO is considering making Voldemort a woman. Let me know your thoughts on that. I don't know why they do that. Just personally, I don't know why you'd add more controversy to this show. I don't know why you would change a property that, one, has source material. Voldemort's a man. And I mean, you don't change something we already know and love. I welcome this show because I know, because I've read all the books. I read all the books before the movies came out. And I know they can dive into a lot more. So I'm for this show, but I don't want them to change anything. I don't want them to change anything from what we already know. That's the biggest thing for me. But besides my concerns about that, I am excited. And I would like to think that the team would realize that don't piss off the fans. And like even a lot of people are saying, like, got to give credit because they haven't given credit before because they don't like what they've seen so far. One thing I can agree with now, that's stating this person did not agree with the other decisions they've made so far. This actually looks legit. Like, probably based on how they said that, other things did not look legit. But I really like this. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about all this news. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Would love for you to be a part of the family here. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.